For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do us part. This is not just a vow of love, but a promise of partnership that will involve a lot of things, including money. Even though the numbers aren't always constant, the story remains relatively the same. A lot of people get married, then a good percentage of them get divorced. And a sizable portion of those partnerships end because of problems with communication, problems with money, or both. There are a lot of topics that are difficult to discuss freely in our society, but money is probably the one that makes people feel the most awkward. The size of our paychecks, the amount of debt we carry, and those 3-digit figures that make up our credit scores all carry with them a great deal of pride, dread, and even occasional shame. Welcome to Money Talk, where we discuss tips on making money. And for this video, we are going to talk about finances and relationships, and what topics should couples discuss before committing to a lifelong partnership. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and click that notification bell to receive updates and be the first to check out our latest videos. Number 1. Your family influence. It is important to know how someone is raised. When you were a kid, how did your family handle money? You might not notice right away, but the adults in your life have affected the way you handle it. Your relationship with money is largely shaped by how your family handled your finances. That is why for couples, it is important to ask each other what you liked and did not like about the way your families handled money. Did your family provide any lessons on how to handle money, savings, and debt? Number 2. Spending money versus saving it. A lot of people are focused on saving to prepare for rough times, especially now that the inflation is going higher. Others have goals they wanted to achieve, so they wanted to keep saving up. This is why asking yourselves your priorities when it comes to your fund is a must. Knowing how you and your partner decide how to spend your money can help keep things from getting tense in the future. You need to figure out if your savings are enough, and what you will do if you receive an unexpected amount of money or an unexpected bill. Number 3. Possessions versus experience. There are people who prefer buying things they can keep, and there are people who would prefer to invest in memorable experiences. This might look like nothing serious, but it can cause a big divide when it is time to make big decisions about your money. If you know what your partner cares about and what makes them happy, you can find a solution that works for both of you. Number 4. How you deal with money stress. People deal with financial stress differently. Some people don't mind getting phone calls from creditors. For some people, just thinking about having a credit card balance is enough to make them feel a little scared. It's important to know what your partner thinks of as a problem, especially if you have different perspectives. What might seem like a problem to you might not be a problem to your partner. Number 5. Your debt situation. There is nothing shameful about having debts, and it should not be a reason to break up with someone. But if you decide to commit to a long-term relationship and you can't talk openly about your debt in general, it could become a big problem down the road. Just remind yourself that it's fine to have a debt. The question is always how to balance your debt with your other goals and expenses. A good partner should help you, but they can't do that if you can't be honest with them. Since we're on the topic of finances, I just want to know how you deal with it in your own families, or by yourself if you live alone. Do you think you're good at budgeting and financial planning? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and while you're at it, feel free to subscribe to our channel to get more updates on our latest videos. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 6. Your credit situation. Even though your partner's credit problems won't show up on your own record, this could make it hard for you to get joint credit, especially for big purchases like a new car or a mortgage. The most important thing to remember about this is the fact that a low score can definitely get better over time. If you're honest about your current credit situation, you can easily work together to make the necessary changes and be ready for big purchases in the near future. Number 7. Having joint accounts. Couples have different ways of managing their money and finances. They may share financial responsibilities, but having separate accounts will help in keeping each person's independence. However, a joint account works well for many couples who have similar spending habits. Open and consistent communication will always be the key to either choice. Number 8. Making joint decisions. It might help to talk about what you each think is a big financial decision. A commitment to decide on important or big financial plans together is very important to a happy financial life. But for that to work, you'll need to agree on the same idea of what big means. After all, one of you might think that buying a TV is a big deal, while the other might think that buying a car is a bigger deal. It is best to consult each other about purchases to avoid conflict. Number 9. Figuring out your day-to-day money management. In a relationship, sometimes there is only one person managing the money, thinking of how to budget it and how to make sure no cent is going to be wasted. And I think that's fine. It is okay if only one person takes care of the planning, but only if that's what you've both agreed to. Once your money is tied together, be clear about how you want to divide the work. Neither side should feel like they are being left out of the process or asked to do things they don't want to do. You should be able to know if you or your partner is comfortable with managing financial responsibilities so that everything will be clear between the two of you. And at number 10, your financial goals. Setting financial goals is important for everyone, whether they are in a relationship or not. These goals will help you figure out what to do and give your spending plan some structure. You just need to make sure your goals are the same and that you can change if things change in the future. It is very common for couples to find it uncomfortable talking about money and their personal finances. It's not always easy to start these kinds of conversations. But once you've had one or two, they'll get easier and easier. The worst thing you can do is keep each other in the dark about your feelings and your money problems. Couples, whether they plan to get married or not, should take the time to get to know each other and agree on things. That doesn't mean they have to agree with each other on everything or have the same beliefs. It just means that if they keep talking and try to understand each other better, they will be in a better position to find solutions. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, click subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. Also, feel free to leave us a comment. If you want to watch more videos, head on over to our channel to see more from Money Talk. See you!